Latest opinion polls show Emmanuel Macron is on track to win the French presidential election against his contender Marine Le Pen.
Macron on Le Pen attempted a final campaign push on Friday, with President Macron telling undecided voters to choose the France that they want.
Recently published surveys show Macron's score to be stable between 55 to 58%, but voters' turnout is expected to be no more than 72%, and that's the lowest since 1969. So our reporter, Paul Hawkins, is in Paris to give us more. But what we want to know is, why is turnout going to be so low?
Yeah, morning Esther, morning Philip. Voter turnout is going to be so low because essentially the calculation this time around, in fact, let's take you back to 2017, the last presidential election. Emmanuel Macron then was a new boy, France's youngest ever presidential candidate from a new party. He was anti-establishment, virtually no political experience. A new boy coming in, and it galvanised the French to come out and vote for someone who was not from the two traditional French parties, the Socialists and the Republicans. After 5 years of Macron rule, he can no longer claim to be the outsider, to be the new boy, to be the anti-establishment figure. A lot of people have been unhappy, particularly on the left wing of politics in France, about Emmanuel Macron's presidency. He is right-wing when it comes to economic policies. He's very pro-business. To give you an example, he wants to raise the pension age to 65, which has caused a lot of upset amongst a lot of people here in France, and he's had to row back on that in order to try and regain some of that left-wing support. You saw the Gilets jaunes protests when he tried to hike up tax on fuel and dealt with those protests in quite a confrontational way, some felt. So a lot of people have become disillusioned with Macron. And that is why, effectively for them, they don't like Macron, but the choice is Marine Le Pen, who is seen by some here in France as far-right, who is seen as divisive. She has policies such as wanting to ban the hijab for Muslim women in public, and then she also has a policy called Priorité Nationale, that is giving priority for French nationals to welfare, housing and jobs. So a lot of people are saying these policies are racist, that she is racist. She would say, no, I'm not racist, I am for France. And indeed, on the last day of campaigning yesterday, she was talking about it being a choice between Macron or France, as in, I am France. But President Macron, wary of that abstention, of that low voter turnout, has said, listen, we saw, and I'm paraphrasing here, but essentially what he said was that we saw what happened with the Brexit vote, we saw what happened with Donald Trump, that if you don't come out and vote, then France could be left with a hangover on Monday morning. So get out and vote, if not because you believe in me, but at least because I'm not the candidate. Maybe not the most inspirational, but the other candidate. Maybe the most inspirational kind of message, but it's certainly a practical one, and his message is one of continuity, of security. You've had 5 years of me, so at least you know what you're getting.
Paul Hawkins, thank you very much indeed.
Well, we all know too well about the rising cost of living.